This is a demonstration of use of the HanDBase database for collecting road sign data in the field with intermittent or no cellular connection. Also, there's another program called Free GPS, which is also used to get better locations compared to the HanDBase. I'm going to select the HanDBase. And what you're going to see is signs that I've already collected in the field. In Isani, lower left-hand corner, it looks like a little paper and pencil. I'm going to select that. You can now see these are the fields that I put into the form. We'll say that this sign number is, let's just say 601. If I select sign type, I get a drop-down list. This is all the Minnesota signs, which I've loaded in to this database. And we'll just say it's a yield sign. And the location, this is the part that the other program, Free GPS, is good for, but you still need to do this. So I'm going to do location. You get a map to put you somewhere out in the ocean. I press the little crosshairs, and each time I do that, it gets closer and closer to my actual site. Now, this is about plus or minus 20, maybe 30 feet. So it's not that accurate. But you need to do that anyways so that you have a location when you do your import. So I'm going to press back on the upper left. There's the coordinates. The support type, again, I've loaded a partial list. Let's just say it's a U channel. Road name, we'll just call it Goldenrod Street Northwest. Now we're going to give this a support ID of 601. We're going to assume that there is a yield sign with a street sign above it. So I'm going to give this support ID 601, which is the same as the sign number. I can now go up to retro status and set that to A, B, or C, and generally that'll be left the same for all of them. So I'll just leave it for C right now. Let's say the sign height is 6.5 feet, 6.5. Let's say the panel dimensions are 24 by 24. So 24, 24. You do not have to erase the 0. I don't have a station number. The orientation is, this is facing north, so I'll just do N for north. And now any other comments or location notes I can put in. I'm going to do an image. Obviously I'm in my office, so I'm going to just select camera. See my camera's on. I'll take a picture of my wall and I'll say use photo. I just selected that, and then you have to do select again, and you'll notice it gives you the image name, and it tacks on the name of the database, which in this case is SignTrack. Now let's just assume that it's faded. I'll just do faded. And then it's got a breakaway support. So I'm just going to do BREAK. I know what that means. And then I just say OK. And you'll notice it is at the very bottom. Now all that data has been added. Now here's where the other program comes in. I'm going to go back to the main menu. Normally I have this on already. This is called Free GPS. This is a cool app that'll let you get very close to the actual sign location. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press map. And this gives me a map of where I am. I can zoom in on it, which I'm going to do. And this is what I used yesterday. It's showing me my last pin location. I'm going to do me. I just press me in the lower left, and it actually is going where I am. And you'll see that this is the corner. My house is in this corner. In fact, if I do hybrid, you will see that it's slowly moving towards my house. Now this is where you could use an external GPS to get it closer. And I've tried the Garmin Glow, seems to work. Now, in order to place a sign, all you have to do is hold your finger over a location. So for example, I just put it in the corner, and it said, it says you can give it a name, or you can do cancel or save. Now I'm going to do cancel. Okay. I put it on the wrong side of the road. Let's say the yield sign's on this side. Okay. Now that's going to be pretty close to the right location. So I'm going to give it a waypoint of 601, which is the same as the sign number, and I'm going to do save. Okay, and it says, do you want to go to 601 or do not go to the new waypoint? I'm just going to press do not go to the waypoint. Okay, so now I've added that. All right, so now I'm going to go back to my next sign. So I'm back into the HanDBase program. I'm going to add another sign. I'll do this a little quicker now. So this is going to be sign 602. Let's say my sign type now, it has search, so I'm going to put up in the top there, I'm going to put D for D3. And notice as soon as I get D3, I do get street sign. Location, again, I'm not too concerned about this, but in fact, I'm not even going to zoom in. I'm just going to press the crosshairs a couple times and just say back, because I'm not going to use these anyways. I'm going to use the other ones. My support is the same U channel, same name. I'm just going to put goldenrod. I'm not going to do the whole name. Support ID, that's the 601. So again, in the import, it will take care of this and actually stack these signs. Again, I won't do anything with the sign height, because this is a street sign, but I will put under comments or under location notes. I'll do it under there. I'll just say Golden Rod Street Northwest and (322nd) Avenue Northwest. Now, you wouldn't have to do this because you could take a picture of the road sign and you could fill it in later, or you could abbreviate it in the field if you wanted to. Now, when I go to image, I'm going to press image. I can take another picture, but I already have a picture of this sign if it's a yield sign with a street sign above it. So I'm just going to go to, if you look in the lower right, it says HanDBase Library. Now you'll see the one I took is actually of a wall, but we'll assume that this is the one. So I'm going to select that, and it highlights it. I press select in the upper right. I press it one more time, and I do have to say OK at the top right. I now have saved 601 and 602. So that's the process you go through when you want to do this. Now again, I need to locate this, so I'm going to go to my free GPS, and again I'm going to go to me because I will be somewhere near that sign. And it turns out that the other sign is also right next to this one. Now we can't duplicate it exactly, but we can put our finger very close to it. And the trick here is to try and do that so you don't get the other sign. That becomes a little tricky here. There we go. Now I think I can get this a little closer. but for the demo, this is probably okay for right now. And then I'm going to do a waypoint, and that's going to be the sign number, which is 602. I'm going to do a save. And then I'm going to say do not go to waypoint. And basically I'm done. So now if I do this for several signs, then basically there is two things to do. We have to import, or we have to download the zip file of the images, and we have to get the data from the HanDBase program, and then we also have to do these from the waypoint. Now in order to do that, I'm going to dismiss the map, and I'm going to go to settings, and what you'll see there in the lower part of it says export waypoints to email. So if I select that, it gives me actually all the waypoints I have right now, and I will go ahead and send it to my email. And in fact, I can just go to recent there. When I go to send this, it actually sends me what's called a GPX file, and I've got a program on my laptop that converts it into CSV file that I load into Excel, and then I replace the coordinates of the HanDBase, which aren't too accurate, with these, and then they're probably within about 5 to 10 feet, plus or minus 5 to 10 feet. So that's a quick demo of this program.